street.
I was helping a client the other day that's interested in selling their land. I created a complimentary comparative market analysis for them to help them understand the fair market value for their property, and then from there an optimistic but realistic listing price. And when I did that, I was considering the variables. How do you price raw land, vacant land, and what are the variables that go into that? So as with all kinds of real estate, location, location, location is really important. We talk about location as far as being close to something. What's the proximity to the ferry? What's the proximity to beaches, trails, schools, the bus line, all kinds of amenities like shopping, those sorts of things that you want to be close to. You also think about proximity to things that you don't want to be close to. So you might have to discount a property if it's close to a gun club or the airfield where you hear the planes touch down. You might have to discount it if it's too near the highway, even though that's convenient, but the traffic noise may make you have to discount the property price-wise. And then also location, what's next door, what are the surrounding values of the homes nearby, and that will help determine a price. Water is probably the next most important thing when you look at, is there a well on the property? Is there a community well that they can buy a share of? Is there a well designation? And once that well is in, is the radius of the well eating away a lot of the workable land? This is a 2.5 acre piece of level land, and then there's another 2.5 that's over the ravine, and once the well is in, 100-foot radius around that well is going to really eat into the building side and the usability of the land, so we have to factor that sort of thing in. Soils is another important factor, whether the site has been perked to find out if it's capable of supporting a septic system, and if it's going to be a standard septic system, which is less expensive and less complicated, or a more expensive alternative system. And maybe they've already even done the site registration and gotten a permit to build a septic system, which is worth a few $100s and helps you know what to expect in terms of cost in the future. But also sometimes they've even installed a septic system, and that's giving you more value when you buy a property like that. Also think about just the general characteristics of the land. Is there a view? Is there solar exposure? Is there marketable timber? Is it fully wooded and hard to get into? Is there some level land? Is it going to be difficult to access with a road? Is it going to cost a lot of money to do clearing and leveling for building footprint? How big a building footprint could you have once you do clear a space? All those things have to be taken into consideration. The other thing that you have to look out also is just the market in general. On the South Whidbey now, as we're approaching 2010, there's a 4-year inventory of vacant land parcels. So that really, there's a lot of competition for very few buyers, and so that really helps to determine the fair market value also. Think about the financing available. Are there owner terms available? Can the seller carry a contract? What are the interest rates? What are the mortgage options? So all those things are things that go into weighing out the value of an individual piece of land. When purchasing the land, the buyer generally has a time called a feasibility study period where they get to look into this and make sure that it really works out for them to their satisfaction. This is when having an experienced agent as an ally and advocate is very valuable. If you're interested in buying one of this most precious of investments, I'd love to be your advocate and your ally, help you find a home on Whidbey Island. Or if you are interested in selling, give me a call and I can do a comparative market analysis for you too. You can find me on the web at www.whidbeyawaits.com or call me in the Langley Windermere office at 888-221-0121. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.